Good afternoon. So, the next point in the unit 1 is curl of vector. So, the circular of vector field A around a closed path L is defined as the integral, which is given by integral of A into dl. The curl of A is an axial, or we can say rotational vector whose magnitude is maximum circulation of A per unit area, as the area tends to 0, and whose direction is the normal direction of the area when the area is oriented so as to make the circulation maximum. So curl of A bar is delta into A bar is equal to, the equation is given here. Now what is delta S? The area delta S is bounded by curve L and A above n. It is the unit vector normal to the surface delta S and determined by using right hand rule. So if we consider f bar into bracket x y z be a vector point function when it is operated vectorally by the operator delta, so we get a vector quantity which is known as a curl of vector point function. Consider f bar as f1 f bar is equal to f1 ax bar plus f2 ay bar plus f3 az bar. So delta cross f bar is equal to curl of f bar. Curl f bar is a vector quantity. Next is curl of vector in coordinate system. So delta cross a bar in Cartesian coordinate system, it is given by dx dy dz, dy dx dy dy by dz, and ax ay and az. And in circular cylindrical coordinate system, So in circular cylindrical coordinate system, it is given by delta by a bar is equal to 1 by rho in determinant delta rho into delta e cap phi. Here it is given, and similarly for the spherical coordinate system. Outside the determinant there is 1 by r square sine of theta. Next is curl of the vector illustration. So here curl at P point out of the page, and the second diagram shows curl at P is 0. This diagram shows the curl of vector illustration. So next point is static electricity. So, in the first diagram, the glass rod is attracted to the silk because their charges are opposite. In the second diagram, the two similarly charged glass rods repel each other, and in the third diagram also, two similarly charged silk cloths repel each other. That is, opposite charge attract each other. So the interaction between the static electric charge is called as electrostatic. Interaction between the static electric charge is electrostatic. It is this phenomenon is associated with the static charge. So an atom in a normal condition is electrically neutral because positively charged proton and negatively charged electrons are equal. So when we say the body is charged, it means that it has excess of charge either due to electrons or due to the protons. So by the law of conservation by the law of conservation of charge, the charge cannot be created, cannot be destroyed, but simply it can be transferred from one particle to another. When electrons are transferred from one atom to another, the first atom becomes positively charged and second become negatively charged, and there exists a force of attraction between the two, and this force is called as electrostatic force. Next is electric field intensity, so it is related to Coulomb's law. So, first we will see what is charge. A charge is defined as a total deficiency or excess of electrons in any atom. There are two types of charges are available, positive charge and negative charge. So, the Charles Augustin de Coulomb had performed experiment on the object having a static charge of electricity, and Coulomb concluded that the force of attraction or repulsion exists between the two electric charges. So, what is Coulomb's law? Two like charges always repel each other, whereas two unlike charges always attract each other. What is the force which exists between the two charges is always directly proportional to the product of charge, and it is inversely proportional to the square of distance between them. This is Coulomb's law. That is, in this diagram, here two charges are there, Q1 and Q2. The Coulomb vector force on the point charge Q1 and Q2. So, equation for the force is given. Here we can write force is directly proportional to Q1, Q2 and indirectly proportional to R square. So, what is R? R is the distance between two charges. So, F is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 Q1 Q2 by R square. K proportionality constant and its value is 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0. This value is in free space. So force is a vector quantity and it has magnitude and direction both. By the Coulomb's law, in between two positive charges, there is a force of repulsion. So the vector force which is applied by the charge q1 on q2 is 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 q1 q2 r12 square and a cap r12. What is electric field intensity? So what is electric field intensity? The electric field intensity or electric field strength E is the force per unit charge when placed in the electric field. So E bar is equal to limit Q2 tends to 0 F bar by Q, or E bar is equal to F bar by Q. The electric field intensity E is in the direction of force F and and it is measured in Newton per Coulomb or volts per meter. So the two charges either attract or repel each other, and this does not mean that the charge attract or repel each other when they placed any position. There is a certain region around every charge, and if other charge is placed within this region, then the other charge get either attracted or repelled from the first charge. This region around the positive charge is called as its electric field, and The electric field of any charge is generally represented by means of various imaginary lines called as electric line of force. So total line of forces produced any positive charge is called as its electric flux, denoted by it is measured in coulomb. Every source always has an intensity, and therefore the positive charge being source of a electric charge which also has an electric field intensity. The electric field intensity can be measured by placing a test charge within the electric field. Whatever may be the force experienced by a test charge is the electric field intensity at that position. The electric field intensity is defined as the force experienced by a unit positive charge within the electric field of charge. So mathematically the electric field intensity can be defined as it is a force per unit charge. So E is equal to F divided by Q. If point charge Q1, if we consider the point charge is Q1, then the electric field produced by this charge Q1, consider the charge Q2 is placed within the electric field of charge Q2, then as the charge Q2 is within the electric field of charge Q1, then charge Q2 experiences a force, and it is given by F bar is equal to Q1 Q2 by 4 pi epsilon 0 r square. The electric field intensity at the position of Q2, by definition it is given by E bar equal to F bar by Q2. So these are the examples of electric field. First one shows the positive point charge, second one negative point charge, third diagram shows the infinite line of positive charge, fourth diagram shows infinite plane of negative charge, and the last one is positively charged conducting sphere. Next is electric field lines. So, the electric field lines of the two positive charges. In the first figure, the two positive charges are given. In the second diagram shows the electric field lines for the electric dipole, and third diagram shows the electric field for one positive charge and one negative charge. So various charge distribution and charge elements. Basically there are three charge distributions, that is line distribution, surface charge distribution and volume charge distribution. So it is also possible to have a continuous charge distribution along a line, on a surface or in a volume. So first diagram shows the point charge. In second diagram the line charge with its equation. Third diagram shows the surface charge with its equation, and last one, fourth one is the volume charge with its equation. So first line charge distribution, it means whenever number of point charges are uniformly distributed over a line, then the resultant charge is called as a line charge. Whenever number of point charges are uniformly distributed over a line, then the resultant charge is called as line charge. So the line charge density is defined as a total charge on line per unit length, and it is denoted by rho L and measured in coulomb per meter. So the expression for electric field intensity due to the line charge is E is equal to rho L divided by 2 pi epsilon 0 R. dq is equal to rho L into dl. If we take the integration on both sides, then it becomes q is equal to integration from length L, that is rho L into dl. Then next is electric field intensity by a surface charge. So if we consider a flat sheet or circular sheet which is placed at the origin, then consider a small incremental area ds on the surface under the consideration. So we will consider the field point is located on z axis at z is equal to d. If ds tends to 0, then charge on it is equivalent to the point charge, and the field by point charge is dE is equal to dq by 4 pi epsilon 0 r square. So dq is equal to here rho s ds. If we take integration on both sides, then equation becomes q is equal to integration rho s ds. And third is the volume charge density. So whenever a number of charges are uniformly distributed over a particular volume, then a resultant charge is called as volume charge. The volume charge density is defined as the ratio of total charge on the volume to the volume under consideration. So here rho v is equal to dq by dv. So we can write dq is equal to rho v into dv. If we take integration on both sides, then it becomes q is equal to integration v rho v dv, and the electric field intensity produced by the volume charge is E bar is equal to integration rho v dv by 4 pi epsilon 0 r square. Next is electric field intensity due to point charge. Now here the charge Q is at the origin and point at which E is desired. Equation for E bar is Q1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 r square, and the field has a single radial component. Then this diagram shows the electric field intensity due to infinite line charge. So this diagram shows electric field intensity due to infinite line charge. Now, the electric field intensity due to infinite line charge. So if we consider a charge with uniform density rho L coulomb per meter distributed along an infinite straight line on z-axis extending from minus infinity to plus infinity. So consider a small segment of line dl having a coordinate 0, 0, z. So dl is equal to dz. This small segment of line all carries a charge represent a point charge dq. So dq is equal to rho l into dl and dq is equal to rho l into dz. If So if P is the point on y-axis at which we want to determine electric field intensity E, point P be at a distance r from the origin, the coordinates of dl are 0, 0, z, and coordinates of P are 0, r, 0. So we draw a line segment from dl to point P. And so we calculate the distance r bar and electric field intensity due to the charge dq is dE bar. For every charge on positive z-axis, there is equal charge present on negative z-axis, and Ez component at P will cancel each other, eliminating Az component. So here for every charge on positive z axis there is equal charge present on the negative z axis. If z is the component at p, it will cancel each other, eliminating so electric field intensity due to the infinite charge is given by E bar equal to integration minus infinity to infinity dE bar. So next point we will see in the next lecture. The next point is actually okay, we will see this slide also. The electric field intensity E bar is, again we can write this E bar equation like this. So it is rho L by 2 pi epsilon 0 R bar. This is field intensity, electric field intensity due to the infinite line charge. Okay, the surface charge point will cover in next lecture. Thank you.